All right, everybody. Well, we do, in fact, have a police chase in Los Angeles happening here live right now. Let's take you to the scene from the chopper here. My producer, Ken, hopping up to put this on Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live as well. Everybody, our second chase of the night. This one happening in Los Angeles yet again. You can hear the newsroom going crazy right now. Everybody rushing to put this on Fox 10 Facebook Live. I'm your host, Mary Kay Gaffney. Thanks for joining me tonight. Take a look at this police chasing right now a suspect on the road there. Here's what we know so far. Looks like LAPD on the scene, following and requesting 2 additional units at this time. Again, I want to warn you guys, viewer discretion is advised. We never know how these chases are going to end. You can hear the newsroom in the background getting pretty loud right now as everyone's trying to put this together for the 9 o'clock show, as well as put this live on our Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook page. I'm updating the title here on the show on our YouTube. Let's call this Police Chase in LA. Thanks for joining me tonight. Let's see how this all turns out. Again, I've got to tell you guys, this is the second chase that we've covered this evening. The last one was just about an hour and a half ago when I had my co-host Mike Page here with me. But this one I'm going to have to do solo, you guys. A police chase. This guy heading pretty fast here. I'm pulling up tweets from the scanner right now, keeping you guys updated. Eastbound on the 101 towards Parkway, Calabasas. 1 LAPD unit primary, 2 to 3 units behind. Airship above, as you can see. We're streaming live from the chopper right now. You can see that blue car on the road right now, driving very fast. Police are not giving up, though. They've got their sirens on. They're not backing down with this situation. Usually we see police kind of stay back, give the guys some breathing room, but this one looks like they're not giving up tonight. They're coming close on him right now. Again, we were streaming one just about an hour and a half ago. Police definitely stayed back for a while before apprehending the suspect, but this one looks like police are just getting close up and ready to take this guy down here. Looks like the guy is just now passing Fallbrook on the eastbound 101. Again, this chase coming live out of Los Angeles, California right now. Also want to thank everyone for joining us live on the Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook page. If you're just tuning in, this is a police chase happening live in Los Angeles right now, everybody. I'm working to get you guys some more information. I'm your host, Mary Kay Gaffney. Thanks for choosing us as the news station to watch all police chases on. We did stream one for you a little bit earlier. This is the second one of the night, you guys. Passing Fallbrook on the eastbound 101 in Los Angeles right now. That blue car is the car in question. That's the suspect. He's been moving pretty fast. Police have their sirens on. We did just find out that they've called in for extra units to help out with this. This guy's not stopping at all, you guys. It's about 8:34 here in Phoenix, but this situation happening in Los Angeles right now. Working to get some more information for you guys. As you know, it's about 7:34 there in Los Angeles. Sun has set, but we're able to see this chase happening live. Let me update that bug in the upper left corner of your screen so you know, in fact, we are live here, unscripted, unedited footage here, watching this all live together on the Fox News Now stream. If you have any comments, questions, concerns during the stream, let me know. I've got Mark Martinez coming up on the show with me right now.
So this is approaching, I grew up in this area, so it's LA County, but they're heading into like the Westlake, Thousand Oaks area, heading north on the 101. So heading out of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, and heading north on the 101, if anyone's familiar with that part of Southern California. So whoever this person is they're probably right now in the Westlake or Thousand Oaks area.
Okay.
And then will be, if they keep going, they'll be on the Conejo grade, and then they'll be heading down into like the Camarillo, Oxnard area. So they could keep going depending on how much gas is in this car. And we've been watching them sort of weaving from the slow lane, making their way over to the fast lane, back and forth.
Yeah. And you're the perfect person to come up for this. You said you're familiar with this area. So you know where he
And
is
my
right
family
now.
still lives out there in Ventura, and so when I go visit them, I land in Burbank, and I take the same route that this person is doing right now.
Probably a little slower than this guy.
Yeah, right. This guy seems to be kind of flying along here. Although it's been interesting as we're watching. This guy's going pretty fast, but I've seen other cars passing him.
Oh, so maybe he's not going as fast as
I don't know.
think.
It's hard to tell. I saw a white car just going to zoom right past him. Hard to be oblivious to what's going on, because you've got the CHP behind him.
Right.
And then overhead, you've got the helicopter that's following. And keeping a very close eye on him. It's very unusual that people will get away from a high-speed police chase.
Oh, I know.
I've only seen it happen a couple of times.
You have?
I have, when they've gone into a underground parking garage.
Oh, that's like out of the movies.
Yeah, and they've had enough lead time to jump out and run away, and then they went into a mall and just acted like they were a normal person.
Part of the crowd. Oh,
and then the other time I saw it was like about a year ago. Same thing. They went into there was an overhang, and the helicopter lost sight of the person and couldn't direct the ground crews to where the suspect was. So, but normally you don't get away. You've got the helicopter overhead, keeping a very close eye, and then you got the TV helicopters as well.
So we stream chases here all the time, but I've never seen one get away, so that's incredible you've seen that.
Do we know what this person did at this point?
We don't know anything at this point. I'm assuming Grand Theft Auto.
Is this the last? Okay.
Yeah, so that's the last update, but you said they're probably past that now. The last update was passing Fallbrook. Do you know where that is?
It's a little community there, but I did see a freeway sign for the Ventura freeway, so they're probably at this point. I'm trying to look for a landmark that I know, but yeah, from where they're traveling at this point, it's going to be on the 101 northbound, heading out of the city of Los Angeles, and then more into the suburbs, Calabasas, Thousand Oaks, Westlake, those areas. Calabasas made famous by
the Kardashians.
The Kardashians. That's where they live. A lot of celebrities live in that area. So, kind of keeping an eye on what's going on here.
And it looks like we did hear from Twitter here that it's a 2013 blue Dodge Avenger. That's coming from the official scanner account, LAPD Hollywood. They have a bunch of gang unit officers on the scene as well.
So this person could be a wanted gang member who stole a car. Maybe they were watching the person beforehand and then actually saw the actual vehicle being stolen.
And they keep hashtagging GTA. I'm assuming they mean Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
So the stolen ride.
And then there's something written on the front of that car along the top of the windshield there. I can't make it out. But
I didn't even notice that.
I'm not sure what that is, so I don't know if no idea what that may say, but really has nothing to do with it. I'm just trying to figure out if
good eye there. If you guys can read that, let us know.
I can't tell. It is pretty amazing. You think of typically LA freeways being congested, but this stretch of road at night going in that direction, it's not usually that busy. It's heading out of LA, and it's after 8 o'clock, 8:30, or almost 8:40 right now.
Really?
So that's why you're seeing this person kind of just being able to have free reign to go wherever they want, at least on the freeway, and being followed now behind by one CHP marked vehicle and probably many more that we can't see, and then also undercover gang units that are probably also in pursuit. Much different than the way we do things out here. We usually don't see any marked vehicles when we have pursuits out here. It's almost always unmarked because they don't want... The theory here, at least for Phoenix PD, and I think DPS does the same thing, is they feel like if they're actively pursuing somebody with lights and siren, that they're encouraging the person to run. So that if they back off or if they have unmarked vehicles but are still keeping an eye on the person, they won't, go 100 miles an hour and potentially kill somebody. So they don't want to, what they say, they don't want to push that person. So they're keeping an eye on them, but they're not, you won't see out here, you won't see lights and sirens behind them. It's all unmarked cars. And then when it comes to end, you've seen this, when it comes to end, all these like random trucks and vans and everything like
come out of nowhere.
And you realize then that they're police.
Maybe that's a safer way of doing it because when you're driving on the road and next to these people.
I think they feel too, as long as they've got the helicopter or an airplane in the air following, then they know they can kind of call out and see where they're going.
Let's pull up some more updates here. So, do you know where that is? Eastbound 101?
Yeah. They may have gone then on a different eastbound 101.
But our producer here is saying that he's now in Tarzana.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then he's not going to be traveling into the Westlake area. Then he may have gotten onto a different freeway. So I was trying to read that right there to see.
I want to see what's written on that windshield, too, just out of curiosity. Yeah. Again, you guys, this is a stolen vehicle police chase in California.
And, depending on, as we said, if this person has a full tank of gas, this could go for quite a while. The challenge here, okay, that said Ventura on that sign, the freeway sign. So I think that they are, I'm not sure if they're going to hit the 405 because eastbound. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell right now without them calling it out. We don't have access to the helicopter crew, do we, to their audio?
No, I would love to be able to talk with the crew live.
Or to even hear what they're calling out the...
Let me see, actually. Let me turn up the volume for a sec, see if we hear anything.
Southbound on the 101, Van Nuys is going to be the next one. But, what's going to happen with California Highway Patrol? They might have a totally different stance. They might get right behind this car, lights and sirens, might be a full-blown pursuit once again, or they might do much of the same thing. They might just get behind them and just kind of hang there and follow them. Right now, though, helicopter's still overhead. If the California Highway Patrol is going to get... If the California, I'm sorry about that. What I just heard, the newest information I just heard is that now we're hearing LAPD is just giving it up. They're walking away. It doesn't mean the helicopter is going to stop following them, but that does mean for sure that the LAPD is going to drop out of it, and that's because California Highway Patrol is here. Now, those are the ground units. But as for the helicopter, they did, and there's... Oh, so there's the 1st Highway Patrol unit, and the helicopter is definitely going to stay overhead, assisting California Highway Patrol, and now it's back into a pursuit mode. That we don't know. Dark windows all the way around. That nobody's actually even said. We can't even confirm that it's a male driver right now. We just know that there is somebody driving. Obviously, it's not going to be one of those self-driving cars yet. But right now, this car is being pursued by California Highway Patrol. Speeds now starting to pick up just a little bit. Earlier on, when we first got overhead, he was probably pushing the 90 limit, passing cars on the freeway very, very quickly, and then they turned off their lights and sirens, and he slowed down. Went back to about 60, 65 miles an hour. Now, you can see the speeds are picking up once again. California Highway Patrol has picked this up. A low jack or some sort of tracking device inside that car is what got the attention of the LAPD earlier on. But right now, we're continuing south on the 101. We are passing, we're past Van Nuys, and we're continuing on, and we're going to be coming up to the Studio City area here pretty shortly. Oh, no, this thing started, I believe it started in the Hollywood area. I'm not 100% if that's the area where the car was taken from, but somehow the tracking company got a hold of LAPD. They were following this on the 101 for quite some time, and they were trying to get the units behind it. There's a delay, obviously, between the where is it now and etc. I'm just telling you, right now, is a lot of traffic coming up here as we're working our way on southbound 101. Anybody traveling this part of the roadway as you're starting to approach Coldwater Canyon, Laurel Canyon, that type of area, everybody knows Studio City. Yes, it is, and that's this area right here starts to plug up. We get a lot of traffic. Everybody starts bunching up. There's some turns. There's going to be the 134, the 101 as it turns to the south. So this is where it slows down. You can see that car is slowing down as well. If he gets off the freeway, I'm really curious to see if LAPD picks it up. The only time that we know that it was on a surface street was for some very short amount of time up in the Calabasas area. It was on Agora Road for a little bit, and then it basically made a big U-turn. It got off the northbound 101, and then got back onto the southbound 101 up there in the Calabasas area. And it was just moments on the road, basically, as it got off the freeway and made that big turn to get back onto the freeway. That's the only time we've seen it off the freeway. And you can see the traffic right now really starting to build. That car slowing down, and other people doing what they're supposed to do when you have lights and sirens behind you. They're moving out of the way, but it's actually clearing a path for that suspect to continue on. Yes, there are, and you're right. We're coming up onto the Laurel Canyon area right now, and this is the area where it starts getting really backed up, and then those transitions are going to start showing up. He hasn't been an aggressive driver. The suspect has not been aggressive in his driving this evening at all. At one point, we saw some higher speeds, but for the most part, we've been seeing this, and it's going. And we're just kind of just moving along out here. We're understanding that they're going to be passing over Colfax here in just a moment, but he's just kind of moving along a little faster than the traffic out here. Don't know what he's going to transition onto because he's taking those center lanes right there. You just saw the signs. He could stay on the southbound 101, or he could go onto the 134. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Obviously, we want to tell all our viewers where we are. It's going to be Studio City area for sure right now on the southbound 101, and it's kind of an interesting thing to see. Like, you can see the reds and blues in those rearview mirrors flashing every now and then. So that guy knows that the officers are behind him. He is still driving a little bit slower. Looks like he's going to be pretty much confirmed now. Yes, he is. He's going to stay on the southbound 101. So we're going to be heading into the Universal City area. But yeah, then Hollywood. But that's kind of where it started, so I'm curious to see if he's going to get off the freeway. Right now, though, look at that. Just a couple of blinking lights, and the roads are getting clear for that suspect. But he isn't really hammering it. He isn't going much faster than you would think he would be. Very slow moving now on the freeway, probably less than freeway speeds. 2013 Avenger, stolen vehicle. Apparently, California Highway Patrol wants this guy to stop, and he's not. You guys can see right there, we're approaching Vineland, and it looks like he may be taking the off-ramp. Oh, there he goes. He's not. No, we don't. And, Susie, that would be such great information, and that would also, law enforcement was actually asking those questions. They were using that information to base their how aggressive do we want to be to stop this. Obviously, if this is an armed suspect, if this is a person that did a violent crime, they would be much more aggressive in their attempt to stop that vehicle, and they'd also be a little bit more tender when the vehicle stops because they don't want to have any of their officers hurt. There's going to be southbound 101 freeway just coming up on the Lancashire off-ramp right there. But right now you can see that vehicle still just moving along about normal, slower than freeway speeds. This freeway is wide open. He really could move out. Back to the what he's wanted for, I never heard the answer. I don't know if they actually know. They know that the vehicle is stolen, but they don't know if it's one of those sneaky guys in the middle of the night took the car, or possibly somebody came and physically took the car from somebody. That type of information is very valuable to law enforcement. They might not be sharing that with us this evening, but right now, slow-moving chase as we're working our way. We're going to be getting into the Cahuenga Pass here. I can tell you, southbound, luckily, not that much traffic, but we've seen them turn around in the past.
Thanks for watching with us live here on the Fox News Now stream, as well as Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live. I'm your host, Mary Kay Gaffney, streaming this for you guys. Viewer discretion is advised. This is a raw feed. I'm going to turn the volume back up, and let's hear from the reporter in the news chopper there in Los Angeles. Also want to mention, for those of you who are just joining the show right now, wondering what's going on, this is a stolen vehicle. Police have been pursuing this guy for over 30 minutes now. We know that he is on the 101 passing Universal Studios. We're going to keep you guys updated. Again, we also have a reporter in the news chopper there in California giving us all the latest updates as well. This is our second police chase of the day that we have streamed live for you guys here on Fox News Now. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to tweet at me, Mary Kate Fox 10, or let us know in the comments section on Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live, as well as the live chat on our YouTube stream, Fox News Now. You can see this police officer coming in hot right now. His sirens are on, and he is waiting for this guy to pull over. This is a stolen vehicle. We know that for sure, and he's on the 101 right now, still trying to get away from police. Here's what we know so far. Suspect is male and African American. Keys were left in the car. Stolen vehicle. Police have been pursuing him for quite some time now. About an hour ago, a person did report that their Dodge was stolen. That's when LAPD requested choppers to get up in the air and start looking for this guy. And that's what you're seeing now as he's making some moves here, hitting some traffic at the moment. Let me turn up the sound a little bit, see if the reporter inside the news chopper is saying anything right now.
I I heard you mention about Google Maps. Love the Google Maps, but you can see him right there trying to work his way. Other people trying to get out of the way, and this guy's taking advantage of that, creating these open lanes. Very, very slow moving. Are they going to use the pit out here? I don't think so. Not with all this kind of traffic around him. It would be interesting to see, that's for sure. California Highway Patrol right up on that vehicle, though. This is probably the closest we've seen it all evening. That's going to be Santa Monica in the center of your shot right there. That's Santa Monica Boulevard, obviously, not the city of. We're in Hollywood. And that car is still moving along very, very slowly. California Highway Patrol, they got one car there. They've got other ones in the area. And, they've been talking about this also. They're going to start switching it off. So just like LAPD has several different divisions, California Highway Patrol has several different divisions. They don't have one thing that does all the freeways. So they're going to be handing this off to another division here shortly. So we might see that SUV swap out to something else. This driver getting a little bit more aggressive now. There's going to be something to watch. We'll see if he gets off the freeway.
Can anyone make out what it says on his windshield right now? Let me know in the comments section. Tweet at me, Mary Kate Fox 10. I can't make out what that says on that windshield right there. Again, this is a stolen vehicle. We got to warn you guys, if you've got kids in the room and you're watching this, just want to warn you that these chases don't always end friendly. I'm going to keep my eye on the video here. This is live, raw footage, you guys. If this ends up being violent, if guns are drawn and it looks like police are about to shoot, I will have to cut out of this video, you guys. Again, this is a police chase out of California. We're coming in on this guy right now. Let's see what happens. I'm going to turn up the sound here, see if we can hear anything from inside the news chopper.
For the officers or any of the law enforcement that's going to be in this area, if that person had a weapon, they would be very, very cautious right now, worried about the public, and that's what they do, and that's one of the reasons why they drop it out. We're approaching Melrose right now. The Melrose is going to be the next off-ramp as we're making our way southbound on the 101. But take a look at this. He's just kind of creeping along. He's doing his own thing right there, probably enjoying his last couple of moments of freedom. LAPD was in pursuit. California Highway Patrol now has it. But if he gets off the freeway, it might switch back the other way around very, very quickly. You got to know, though, the helicopter, that's that light that we're seeing. That's definitely not from Sky 9 there this evening. That's going to be from LAPD. They're going to be staying with this as long as they can, and they'll swap out if they need fuel. But very slow moving up here. We've seen some opportunities where he could have done something nutty. Nothing outrageous been going on. This car just kind of tools along around the freeway, and California Highway Patrol right behind him, ready to pounce if they have that opportunity. No, just want to see it.
Looks like this is when it starts curving into downtown. The suspect on southbound 101 approaching very slowly towards Melrose. Let's see what this guy's going to do. Again, if you're just joining us, this is a suspect in a stolen vehicle. Police have been pursuing this guy for over an hour now. They're approaching pretty closely now. Viewer discretion is advised. We never know how these police chases are going to end. Thanks for choosing us, Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live, as well as Fox News Now YouTube stream to watch this chase happen. Looks like something might be coming to an end here. Possibly. I might have to cut out of this if it gets violent, you guys. Looks like the driver did exit on Vermont. Taking a slow turn here, let's see how this driver handles this situation here. Again, a stolen vehicle tonight. You guys, we do know the suspect is an African-American male in this stolen blue vehicle here tonight. It's about 8 o'clock in Los Angeles. Police are approaching slowly here. Now, for a while, they did say they were going to back off and let it just be up to air control. Let them monitor this. But it looks like they're back on this pursuit full on now. What is this driver going to do? Let's watch this live here on the Fox News Now stream. If you're from the California area, Los Angeles area, let us know in the comments section or in the live chat on our YouTube page. If you're familiar with this area, let us know. We're streaming live out of Phoenix, Arizona, but this situation happening in California tonight, it's about 8 o'clock there. Stolen vehicle, police have been chasing this guy for over an hour now. And it's one of those situations, you guys, where you just don't know how it's going to end. Just about 2 hours ago, we had another police chase. Same situation out of Los Angeles. So these usually, about 90% of the chases that we broadcast here on Fox News Now are out of Los Angeles. And if you guys watch with us frequently here, you know that all of them end differently. Some of them end violently, others end peacefully. So we'll just see how the suspect handles this one. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about this chase, have anything you want to share, tweet at me at MaryKateFox10. I'd love to pull your tweets up here during the show. Let's turn up the sound a little bit, see if the reporter in the news chopper is saying anything right now.
You know, Susie, we were not over it when that was going on. We were listening. We were, putting the pedal to the metal on Sky 9, trying to get out to that area. We were just listening to it, and at that time, I think they were still looking for that car. They got behind the vehicle that matched the description, but they were trying to confirm if that was the vehicle. And I think it was actually back onto the freeway, and then they turned on their lights and sirens, and that's when it started as a failure to yield and then became a pursuit. We passed Melrose as we're working our way now northbound on the 101. We've passed Melrose. That was the last off-ramp that we just saw. So we're working our way back into the Hollywood area. He's basically threading the needle through a lot of traffic out here. A lot of people out there, you're probably seeing this and hearing this, and maybe they are listening to our good friends at KNX, and maybe they're playing it, and they realize this is coming. Don't try to do anything to stop it. We learned that from the LAPD, is that they don't really want the public's help to stop a vehicle like this. So if you see it coming, just obey the laws. Be predictable. That's what they're always saying. Be predictable. Meaning if you see the lights and sirens or you hear the lights and sirens, do what you're supposed to do. The helicopter now telling the ground units very heavy traffic coming up, so they're expecting this to almost be stopped here in just a minute.
Well, that was the reporter giving us an update live from the news chopper there in Los Angeles. It's about 9:04 here in Phoenix, but we're streaming this event out of Los Angeles, where it's around 8 o'clock there right now. Again, this is a stolen vehicle, and for those of you who are wondering what it says on that windshield there, it's 909 graphics. Some of you guys tweeted that to me. Thank you for sending that, in case some of you guys were wondering what it said on the front of that car there. Here it looks like police are just getting closer and closer to this suspect. Let's see if we can get a better shot here as the driver keeps moving forward. Again, for those of you who are wondering, this is what we know right now. Suspect is an African-American male in this blue stolen vehicle. We've been streaming this for about an hour and a half now, and this is actually the second police chase that we have streamed tonight for you guys. This one lasting a lot longer, and we do have to warn you guys, viewer discretion is advised. If you have kids in the room, we just got to warn you guys, this is raw footage. I might have to cut out of this if guns are drawn, so let's just keep an eye on this together as we stream this live on Fox News Now. Now, he's making a slow turn at this moment. Let's see what he decides to do, you guys. And again, if you're familiar with this area, let me know. Tweet at me, MaryKateFox10, or let me know in the live chat or in the comment section on our Facebook page, Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live. We have about 7,000 of you watching on Facebook right now. Let's see what this driver chooses to do here. I'm going to turn up the sound a little bit, see if we can hear from our reporter in the news chopper.
With their lights and sirens. I believe that's going to be Gower right there. I'm not 100%, but I think that's going to be Gower. It looks like we're making another northbound turn on Gower. But Bronson, excuse me, it's Bronson, my bad. Northbound on Bronson, but moving so slowly. I don't know if he's teasing the officers or there's a issue with the vehicle or what the reasoning is, but it is moving so painfully slow right now as we're working our way northbound on Bronson in the Hollywood area.
Also want to mention right now, LAPD advising Hollywood units to stay out of this pursuit. They want to handle this independently right now. Driver moving very slow, as we heard from our reporter in the news chopper there, wondering why, if he's just teasing the officers, if something's going on. A lot of times when we stream these chases, you guys, the drivers are on the phone making calls to friends and family because they know they're caught. They know this is going to come to an end shortly. So we'll see how this suspect handles everything. But again, we know that this is happening in California right now, westbound Hollywood from Bronson. Blue stolen vehicle tonight, you guys. Let's see how the driver handles this. I'm going to turn up the sound, see if we can hear again from our reporter in the news chopper there.
Guys, I'm just turning the show down. I think we're still streaming. That's what I needed to hear. Thank you so much, Ansamo. Thank you so much, Ansamo. Ansamo, one of our awesome desk people this evening, were just telling me that we're still streaming. Just, you know, if you guys were listening, that we were doing something live on television. Now it's just me. Sorry, guys. You don't have the pros. You just got me. Very slow speed pursuit. Now we're on Hollywood Boulevard. Gosh only knows, if you live in California and you live in the area, how many times have you been late night on Hollywood Boulevard just kind of driving like this but not having officers behind you? Gosh only knows. Right now, though, this car is wanted. They wanted to stop it. We're dressing Argyle right there. The Sidewalk of Fame, star-studded. If you're not from California, this might be something really cool for you to watch, but you can see it's a pursuit happening right here on Hollywood Boulevard. Walk of Fame right there. People not even really stopping to take a look at what's going on. That just shows you what it's like in California. Anyway, I believe that's going to be Vine doing a little cameraman trick right there, reading the sign. California Highway Patrol, they're the ones right behind them. Are they trying to hand it off to the LAPD? Well, yes, but this is the first time we've seen these doors pop open right there. That's the first time we've seen something like that. But that's only because the officers are taking advantage of it. Take a look at that. I think that's going to be the W Hotel. You got some people out there with their phones out. They're going to, look for that on Twitter. I got to tell you, this is the world we live in today. It is all about the social media, what we see, what's going on. But on the sidewalk itself, you got some just people out there right now just kind of like doing the what the heck is going on here. This is a pursuit. Welcome to California, folks. Probably a lot of these people are going to be tourists. Now we're going to keep on moving. We're passing Vine. Very, very slow moving, but it is continuing on. This is a pursuit. This guy is wanted for failure to yield. That's a stolen vehicle that's moving so slowly that my pilot Travis today doesn't know if we should stop and they just hang out or go. It is moving that slow. Traffic right now, very, very light, mostly because there was a red light and they're the first ones they got pole position. But it is so slow. Passing Ivar now. As we continue on, we're going to start seeing some of the sights out here. Musso and Franks is coming up. I know that for a fact. Anyways, as we keep on moving, we're going to see what's going on. I don't know why he's going so slow. It is beyond me. Something we do see right now, something has changed out. That right there, not California Highway Patrol. That right there, that's going to be LAPD. That's going to be Hollywood Division. They've got their guns out. you see the guy first time we actually see something. You got the window down. He's got black gloves. Now I'm going to venture to say that that's a guy. Right now, though, just kind of sitting there waiting, looking through the rearview mirror. Officers from LAPD, we might be a little light with this reporting, but these guys, not light. These guys are on it 110%, super sharp. They got weapons out on this guy right now. If he would throw that car into reverse, this would be... Flood, were you yelling at me? I think we're at Argyle. Don't quote me. I think we're Argyle. Let me double check. We'll get you another one here in a second. I got to listen to LAPD. Slow rate of speed. Okay, I'm listening to it. That was Cahuenga. That was Cahuenga. So LAPD's joining the game, and they are, you know what, they are bringing game. Now they're talking about spike strips. Now they're talking about pit maneuver. Haven't seen any of this stuff yet. We're going westbound Hollywood. We're just passing Argyle. We're just making their way very slow. He's got his window down. This is the first time we actually see the driver of that vehicle. They're talking about maybe, I mean, I'm on the web. You know, I'm not giving anything away. They're talking about maybe trying to stop this thing as they get over to Hollywood and Highland. Very slow moving. That's what the officers are saying. That's the quote. We've been watching it. It's been painfully slow as it was on the freeway. Now at least we're on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know, it makes it a little bit more exciting. At least it's more to see, especially if you're watching this in some other places. We just passed Musso and Frank's. Great place to eat if you're out here. It's also a landmark out here in the Hollywood, in California, especially in Hollywood. Stopping at another light, Las Palmas, and that was, but you can see every time that this vehicle stops, LAPD gets out, doors pop open. Windows are, guns are out. Guy has got his hands out of the window, but he never is stopping. He just kind of holds his hands out. He waves his hands around. Got some black gloves on. I don't know if he's like playing GTA tonight, but, you know, I just hope he doesn't end up hurting himself, especially not hurting somebody else. Take a look at these officers. They are not in any kind of playful mood at all. Car's probably starting to go again as the light turns green. He's waving his hand out the window. And slow rate of speed out past Las Palmas, Hollywood Boulevard. Look at that. People on the sidewalk pulling out their phones. Everybody's trying to grab pictures of it. Don't want to say this is any kind of deja vu, but the last time we saw something like this, it ended very, very poorly for the driver. Don't ever want to see anything like that. That's one of the reasons why you can't just sit here and start poking fun at things like this. Somebody out there on the street wanted to get a selfie with the car. It looks like that's what they were doing right there. Not sure if that was the plan or not, but obviously something you don't want to do. Now that pursuit continues on, there's the wax factory, or the wax museum right there. We're going to be approaching Highland. I just kind of know this area. But the pursuit continues on, very slow moving. We haven't seen officers use any kind of opportunity to stop that vehicle. They got that utility truck right there. He's waiting at a light. That might mess up their opportunity to use the spike strips. But he's kind of creeping up right there. Creep, and he's going to get next to that utility truck. It's going to be Highland Boulevard. If he goes north, he can probably get back onto the freeway. He seemed to like the freeways, even though not moving much faster. At least when he's on the streets, we got something else to see. Right now, though, Hollywood. This is Hollywood and Highland. Very busy intersection. You got sheriffs out here, probably not involved in the pursuit, probably just out here just doing their thing, patrolling the area, probably for the subways. Just happened to be here. LAPD right there. These guys not playing. Those are not less than lethal rounds. Those are real guns. They're not that less than lethal rounds come out of fake guns, but you know what I'm talking about. Stale red. This is the longest light in history for me. I just want to see this car move. I want to see which way it goes. You can see the officers all over this area right now. But we're waiting to see where this goes, what happens next. Well, stopping at stoplights, that's one thing, but you just saw that car be put in reverse and roll backwards. Very, very dangerous situation indeed. You never, ever want to use a vehicle as a weapon towards officers, especially these officers. This evening, they are out, they are poised, they are ready for action, and this is not a game. This is very, very real. Officers from LAPD are out here. This light has been red forever, what seems like forever. This is Hollywood and Highland. There we go, finally a green light. Now we're going to see what happens. But you can see there's officers from LAPD all around this intersection. He's making his move now very, very slowly. We heard the words that there might have been some spike strips in the area. We haven't seen them, and possibly they weren't able to deploy them. There you go. You got a camera person on the side of the road right there. Don't know if that's a stringer or somebody from a station. Again, this is what you don't want to do. This is what officers from LAPD talk about constantly, how they hate this type of interaction with the public. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if that person's got a gun. They're worried about your safety. They're worried about everybody's safety. What's going on here? Spike strips. So Jeff Susie, Hollywood Boulevard, right in front of the the old Chinese theater, and you can see officers actually running away from the scene because, like I said, they don't know if this guy's armed, but the car obviously sees the spike strips and is just going to drive around it. Right. Right. And look at the people. Look at the crowd control. Look what the officers have to deal with. Look at this. And as an
Thanks for choosing us to watch this live right now on Fox News Now, as well as Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live. I'm your host, Mary Kay Gaffney, and we've been streaming this for about an hour and a half, you guys. This police pursuit out of Los Angeles. I'm going to turn the sound back up. Let's see what we can hear from the reporter in the news chopper there right now.
He stole this vehicle. He might have taken it by force. So there's a good possibility he's got a gun and he's willing to steal a vehicle. Now, I understand you're law enforcement, but are you going to walk up to that person knowing that he may have a gun in his lap or in the car somewhere? That's the reason why they don't do it. You know, there we go. There's that U-turn. They could have, but we haven't heard that word. Take a look at the public response out here. This is Hollywood and Highland. Look at the crowd control. Look at this. This is just mounting issues for those officers, for any law enforcement. They have to worry about all these people now in the area, their safety as well as the officer. Yeah, there you go. You've got a camera guy running around out there. Yeah, and that's obvious. Well, I'm not going to say obviously, but I believe that that's a stringer. But you got to look at all these factors are factoring into what that law enforcement, that first LAPD officer, and probably the other ones as well, what they have to deal with. There you go. There's another officer attempting that spike strip one more time. Tossing it out in front of him like that. He's going to make that slow move again. We're moving Sky 9 around the best we can. We're pretty much up there. And that is very dangerous also because those officers are right there. You do not want to see that car make contact. Hollywood and Highland.
This is right in the middle of Hollywood right now. And if you guys are just joining us, wondering what's going on, police have been pursuing this stolen vehicle for over 2 hours now in Los Angeles. We've been streaming this live for you on Fox News Now YouTube page, as well as Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live. Over 19,000 of you watching right now. Thank you for joining us.
Jeff. He's had his hand out there for some time. We've confirmed that that's pretty much sure that that's a male driver right there. But, you know, he's got this lackadaisical attitude. You've got a guy right there, an officer, a trained professional. Don't get that ever wrong. But you know what? He's holding that spike strip and he's holding a gun, training a gun on this person that's driving that vehicle, a suspect. And then look back here, all these officers as well, weapons drawn. And then you have to think to yourself, look at all these people, just innocent bystanders right now who think that this is some sort of spectacle, because it is. Somebody driving their bike across the roadway right there as well. Now, yes, sure, of course, this is Hollywood. This is, you know, what you some people think is in Hollywood all the time, but this is a very dangerous situation. Other officers right now trying to throw out some spike strips just in case he wants to back up. But if that guy backs up at any kind of speed, he's going to wind up hitting any one of those LAPD vehicles. You know, armchair observation, it might have been better to throw that spike strip in. There we go. There we go. That's where you put the spike strip. And you know, obviously that's a man with some stripes right there, so that's got to be a sergeant. So, you know, there you go. So if this car goes, we know he's probably going to get at least one flat tire out of this. But he sits here, and he's been taunting these officers all evening. We do see some green weapons out there, some less than lethal, but we also see a lot of guns out, real, you know, lethal weapons out. This is the first time we see the door pop open, so I'm kind of wondering what's going to go on. These guys, they just want to get out of the way. I don't blame them. They need to leave. Yeah. No, that's definitely that's not from the engine, and that's the old you know, smoke him if you got him, and he's obviously smoking. What's he smoking? Gosh only knows at this point, but definitely he's interacting. Yeah, he's definitely interacting though with the officers. And look at the crowd. Look at the crowds out here. Officers from the LAPD having to deal with that as well. They got the crowd away from this area right here. You know, LAPD taking this extremely, extremely serious. This guy thinking that it's some kind of game, some kind of joke, interacting with the officers. But you know what? We never saw those keys fall out the window. We haven't seen any type of notion that that car is not running anymore. Those lights have stayed on. We haven't seen that car shut off. Officers from LAPD definitely out here ready to do something if he starts moving again. We've gone through one light signal or one cycle. So right now this is basically a little bit of a standoff, but that car easily could just be put into drive and driven off. If those officers don't rush it, we know it will get at least one flat tire. They did put that spike strip in a spot where it's guaranteed to at least run over one tire. See some action inside the center console. Don't know if he's putting it into park or if he's taking the keys out of the ignition, but definitely interacting. I wish we could hear what he's saying. This is all happening heart of Hollywood, like you said, Hollywood and Highland. Look at the crowds. Yep. Officers, you know, being aggressive there, taking that suspect out of that vehicle, helping him to the ground there. They're going to be taking him into custody. It does seem like it's going to come to an end right now, and you know, curious to see, you know, how it's going to end. But one suspect being taken into custody right now, Hollywood and Highland. That is going to be a stolen vehicle suspect at best, at least. Sorry, and you know, may have been an armed suspect, now out of the vehicle on the ground being taken into custody.
Take a look at the crowds there tonight, you guys. This was a police chase that we streamed live for you with the help of our host there and the news chopper in Los Angeles tonight, you guys. Over 11,000 of you watching live on Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook page, as well as over a couple thousand of you watching on our YouTube page. Thanks for choosing us. We stream police chases as often as we can. We had another one earlier this evening as well, but this one definitely came to a different end than the one we streamed for you a little bit earlier tonight. If you're just joining us wondering what's going on, police were following this stolen vehicle for over 2 hours. They have apprehended that suspect after many attempts to get him to stop. We'll work to get some more details on this suspect, but right now we know that it was a stolen vehicle. They've got that suspect in custody. If you guys want to watch that police chase over, just head to the video section on our YouTube page. Search for Fox 10 Phoenix and you can find it all there. And if you guys want to see more events like this, just hit the like button on our Facebook page or that subscribe button on our YouTube page. That way you will always get an alert when breaking news events like this happen. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to tweet me at MaryKateFox10. That's my Twitter handle here. I can send you the link of this police chase as well if you missed it. But check out those crowds there tonight, you guys. Quite a show out of Hollywood, California.
I thought you were going to ask me for the license plate. Oh, thank you. Let me find out. Hey, what is our fuel situation?
Looks like the reporter there in the chopper just making sure that they are all fueled up, ready to go. Sometimes these news choppers have to go back and refuel if they want to keep streaming the news here. But it looks like, you guys, they did get that suspect into custody. They're just investigating the vehicle now. Police still on the scene, making sure everything is safe and good to go. Sometimes, you guys, these police chases do not end friendly. Luckily, this one ended with no injuries. Except maybe on that suspect when you saw those police officers give him a major takedown. Looks like now they're pushing that vehicle to get it off the road there. Let's turn up to see what the host is saying in the chopper, see if he's saying anything. Nothing at the moment. Looks like they're still working on that fuel situation in the chopper. But they've got that car. They pushed it over. You can even see one of the news trucks there on the scene. That is the car tonight, you guys, that we streamed live for you during this chase.
Victor, hang on.
Again, this is just one of those situations where after the suspect is taken into custody, they aren't finished. They've got to look inside this vehicle, you guys. They've got to investigate it. This was a stolen vehicle tonight, this police chase. We've been streaming for over about 2.5 hours for you guys this evening in Los Angeles, California. He took police all over Los Angeles tonight, you guys. And if you want to continue watching the aftermath of this chase, just head to Fox 10 Phoenix Facebook Live because they're continuing the footage there. But that is the end of tonight's Fox News Now stream. Again, feel free to tweet me at MaryKateFox10 if you have any comments or questions about tonight's show. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thanks for watching.